Hello, and welcome back to the TV Cast, the show where we talk about movies. No, we talk about TV shows, so we don't care about spoiling them. It's our spin-off of the Spoiler Cast, where we do talk about movies. Check that out as well. My name is Tobias, and with me as always is my sister and trusted co-host, Rebecca.
Hello!
Hello, and we're back once again to talk about House of the Dragon. Season 2, this time episode 3, The Burning Mill.
Yes?
Yeah. For once, it felt like... I'll just go into it, I suppose.
Yes, go for it.
Because for once, it felt like something actually happened.
Yes.
Even though we did have some child murdering in the last one and stuff.
But now we actually feel like war has started.
Yeah, something's happening, you know. We see the repercussions of the royals' behavior.
Yeah.
And also, fucking finally, I mean, it's been ever since last season, the episode where Viserys dies. They finally got to the thing where he, you know.
Yes.
Once again, spoilers. If you haven't seen the episode, why are you watching this then? Alicent,
prophecy.
Yeah, Alicent and Rhaenyra finally sat down face to face and talked about it. And Rhaenyra told her, like, he was speaking of a legend, a story.
Yeah.
And she was like, no,
Yeah, she had to, like, play it off because she's gone too far.
But that was...
accept that she is wrong by now.
Yeah, I was like, because, like I said, I thought the first two episodes were a little bit meandering. The first one was like wrapping up stuff from the first season.
Which was
Second
fine.
one, which was fine. Second one, like, now we gotta
little bit
move
too
on.
slow.
And it didn't really, the only thing that happened was they killed another kid. Jesus Christ, okay.
Yeah.
But here it felt like things were happening, actually.
Yes.
Kristen Cole, now as the King's Hand, still... Even though I don't
Dumbest
like Otto
choice ever.
Hightower, Kristen is not cut out for handwork.
God, no. He's
No.
barely cut out to be part of the Kingsguard, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. It's gone to his head for some reason. Or I guess he's always been like that. We just didn't see it in the beginning. He's gone out to, like, muster the forces. The same thing that Daemon is doing.
Yes.
And then, the big one in this episode was Alicent and Rhaenyra actually talking for the first time in years, it feels like.
Which happened, like, the last
5 minutes?
5 minutes?
3 minutes? I know.
But we do get other stuff. We get to see, like you said, we get to see actual war beginning. Even though Rhaenys, is that her name?
Wait, who?
Oh God, Rhaenys, the princess Rhaenys,
the
auntie.
Yeah. And Rhaenys.
She pointed out that, you know, war might have started, you know, when a child was killed, another child was killed, or when a child lost his eye.
Yeah.
To be fair, but now we actually see the physical war begin.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that was what this episode specifically was about. It felt like it had a theme. I haven't really thought about the other episodes having a specific theme, but this one was obviously like the futility of war.
Yes.
Like, I mean, they made several references to, like, wars that, you know, are fought for seemingly no reason, or people fight for so long that they forget, like the Brackens and the Blackwoods.
Yeah.
When the young guys start fighting in the field.
In the field.
Cut to them, like, what, a few days later, having just killed their entire armies over a squabble that no one even remembers anymore, because they've been feuding for centuries. Just
over
like,
some rocks that apparently moved.
Yeah, family squabbles, yeah. And now they're dead.
Yeah.
And it's just that quick cut to the kid with a sword in his throat. Like, oh, fuck. And just the fact that they named the episode after that, The Burning Mill, because it's, you know, that's what it is. Rhaenys talking about, like, why do wars start? Like,
yeah.
And Rhaenyra saying, like, well, yeah, when they usurped my thrones. But yeah, but it really started, you know, when you fell out of love with Alicent.
Yeah.
That's it. Because It was out of spite.
No, you know when it started? It was when Otto Hightower made Alicent marry Viserys.
Yeah.
Viserys. That's when the war began, or when she had her first child, I suppose.
You see, that's a thing. You don't know, because it's like one of ththose arguments you can have where you just argue. At some point,
What
just
came first?
What are we
Chicken
arguing
or-
about? Yeah, exactly.
Chicken or egg.
Because this is really what it is. It's two people who don't see eye to eye. Problem is that they have dragons and armies, to back them up.
gold, yeah.
So instead of just saying "bitch," it's like, no, we're gonna kill thousands of people over this.
Yeah.
And them instigating it, obviously, Alicent out of spite putting her worst kid on the throne, and of course Rhaenyra then out of spite, basically declaring herself the real queen instead of talking about it. You know what this is? This is like a really, really drawn out Marvel movie, but
But it has dragons.
yeah, but instead of fighting, they're just stewing in their anger.
Oh no, which one was that? When they weren't allowed to fight?
Wait, what?
A Civil War or Endgame or something?
Oh, Civil
I don't
War,
remember.
yeah. When
Civil
they're
War,
like,
yeah.
oh, the UN has to say yes whenever you gotta go on a
Yeah.
mission. It's like, really? We need a committee to stop crime?
So they're just sitting there.
Yeah. And that's...
This is much cooler.
Yes, because that movie
Luckily.
has 5 minutes of talking, and then it's just them, well, we gotta punch each other now to figure this out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of my favorite moments from this podcast, well, the spoiler cast, where I get so angry. Do you remember Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness from a few years ago?
Yeah.
And it's just like, they could have solved it by just talking to each other, which they do in the end of that 2.5-hour movie. But before that, there's so much killing and punching and
Destruction.
Yeah, there's that moment where you just say, just talk.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they needed to do too. At least we didn't have endless punching. We had, scheming and backstabbing.
Yes.
And, but still, it's like, because I was like, literally, when she was walking to the church in disguise, I was like, yes, they're gonna fucking talk. And I obviously, I understood they weren't gonna solve it there because,
Well, no, because
we have to keep the show going,
and even if they would have agreed on something, no one else is gonna approve of that now.
Sure.
They don't care what Alicent. If she walked into the next King's Council or whatever they call it, and just gone, hey,
I was wrong.
I misinterpreted what my king said to me on his deathbed. Turns out you're not the rightful heir.
Yeah.
Sorry, they're gonna go, bye.
And that's why she says what she says. She says it's too late
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But
There's no point. And if she even utters those words, she's probably gonna get killed.
yeah, because like they say, men are bred, to lust for blood and war. Unfortunately.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Ah.
I think.
End of episode now.
Huh?
End of episode.
Well, no.
No.
No, but I was just gonna say, like, this is probably my favorite episode so far.
Oh, yeah,
Not of the whole
definitely.
show, because I would have to rewatch, because it's been so long since I saw the first season. I mean, I saw it when it happened, so what, 2 years ago, almost.
Yeah.
But out of this season, out of the first 3 episodes, by a long shot, this was the best
Oh, yeah.
episode. Especially for that, because I mean, that was what was so good about the first season, that you had Alicent and Rhaenyra interacting more. Like
Yes.
their relationship was like that's because that's what the whole show is about. Or at least it was in the first season.
It
was-
still kind of is.
And sure, yes, but
But
they are
it's
slowly
portrayed very, very separately.
yeah, and definitely, but they are slowly expanding the
Sure.
the scope, and I'm like, turning into a TV show, guys. I know,
It's a TV
I
show.
know. But once again, this is now, I think it's just like standard. Such a good looking show. The
Oh, God, yes.
cinematography when Damon is like carefully moving through the halls of Harrenhal. God
Yeah.
damn, that's that one long shot. And you're like, obviously some of it is CGI in the background, but they built all
Sure.
that. All
Everything that he like is in vicinity of.
yeah. And it's just on another level than
Mhm.
any other TV show. And I know we should save that for, we're doing another recording after this, our big summer special, which should come out in a few days when you're listening to this. I was just thinking about all the shows that Disney is pumping out, not just Star Wars, like Disney in general,
Yeah.
and it all, except for a few exceptions, they all look so cheap. Like,
There's a lot of stuff
you-
that looks cheap in them, yeah.
Did you watch any more of The Acolyte?
I've watched, I think, 4 episodes in total.
Okay. I only saw the first one.
5 actually.
Okay. But like that show and what was the other one? Ahsoka and
Oh, God.
what little I saw of Book of Boba Fett. I only saw clips. I never watched it.
Yeah.
Even at some points, and I know people love that show. Even Mandalorian at some points just look cheap. And you know what I think
Yes.
it is mostly? They shoot everything in that stupid volume thing.
Yeah.
The not a green screen, but it's the same function as a green screen. It's just you can.
Like we've mentioned it before. Like despite having this screen to make it look like it's an endless desert, it still feels
like you're in this-
enclosed somehow.
It's like in in olden days when you shot outdoor scenes on a set. So you dressed up the little part where they're sitting, and then there's just a matte painting in the background, and you can it's a good matte painting, but you can obviously tell it's fake.
There's something just
There's like an
just
artificial
feel the walls somehow.
It's like in a video game when you hit that invisible wall.
Yeah.
When you hit the limits of the video game, it's like, oh fuck, oh okay, it's fake, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what they feel like.
Somehow you can feel it
Yeah.
through the screen.
Yeah.
Which is strange, but I guess you shouldn't.
yeah. The only show that I think has avoided that, when it comes to Disney and especially Star Wars, is Andor, because that felt like a lot of it was shot more on. I don't know how much you watched it. I didn't watch.
I didn't even watch it.
I didn't like it. It's one of those that I actually though should rewatch because like people who hate Star Wars says that's a good show. Like it's actually a good show. It's not just it's Star Wars.
Oh, I've apparently watched almost 2 episodes.
that
I
might
have
be
no
me.
memory of that.
Oh, no.
On my profile.
On your, no. That's you. I don't know. Anyway, what I was getting at is that
Back to House of Dragon.
House of Dragon looks 1,000 times better, and
Yes.
that is a symptom of just pumping out mediocre garbage instead of having one big show. Because HBO right now, I mean, they have other shows, of course, but
Sure.
not like 10, 15 going on at the same time.
No, and they're not like, even if they're releasing some of them now at the same time, they're not like the big ones.
No, they're smaller.
They only have one big one at a time, really.
Yeah. And right now that is House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
While Disney is like, every new Star Wars show is the Star Wars show. Like, no,
Yeah.
calm down. Spend
Like, if
some
you-
time and consideration on one show instead.
Yeah.
Then you will get
Sure.
this quality of filmmaking.
Because the last one they had was like the one we did a spot TV cast on. What the fuck was it called? True Detective.
HBO? Oh yeah.
That was like their before this one, sort of.
Yeah, so they do one show at a time. One big show
Yeah.
at a time. Yeah. And then they buy in other channels' shows, but that's fine because that doesn't cost
And they're
them
already
a lot.
made. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
they're not putting any. And then of course they have their own reality stuff, but a
Yeah,
lot
but
of
that's
it's
much
also
cheaper.
bought in, right? I think.
Yeah. Oh, especially now when they're part of the Discovery network.
Yeah.
I mean, we have some Swedish shows on Max that is really just
Yes.
Channel 5 stuff that is now Discovery because Discovery owns Channel 5 in Sweden.
Yeah.
No, so damn it. All the
Are you alive?
I got too excited. I swallowed. I got some water in my whatever it's
The wrong
called.
pipe.
Yeah.
You know why House of the Dragon actually looks good though? Because they do film all of the outdoor scenes on location.
Yes. I have noticed though, but it's because it's a TV show, but it's something you don't really think about too much in big shows like this. You usually think about it in sitcoms, but I have noticed them reusing a lot of sets. Like a lot of scenes happen in the same place, which is fine, because I mean, you live your life in the same place unless you're traveling constantly. But if you're in the same town all the time, you're gonna be at the same place sometimes. But it's getting kind of like funny now that every scene that takes place with the Corlys, what's his name? Corlys,
Sea Snake, Valerian.
The Sea Snake, yeah. A lot of those scenes, they're not shot in his castle anymore. They're shot outside where they're mending his ship. Like the two brothers who's walking off the ship. The scene in this episode when him and Rhaenys was talking. For some reason, like leader of this land or this country or whatever, town, city, is just hanging out under the construction rafters.
In the harbor, yeah.
Why? I mean, it looked kind of weird, but also they feel like the best couple in the show. If we're gonna get stuff
I understood it in the last episode when he was talking to the guy who saved him and the young boy, who aren't really in this episode for some reason.
No, yeah.
And whatever their name were. But in this episode, I don't really understand it. Like, is he just hanging around there because he's helping out or he's overseeing? Like, it doesn't make sense.
He's still walking with a cane. He can't do anything.
Yeah.
No, they were just hanging out there, like little. It was like, I don't know. It felt like a puppy love moment because they were hanging on the rafters. It was like nice to see
under the bleachers, kind of thing.
Yeah, that it feels like. Yeah, exactly. That it feels like their marriage was not one of convenience. They actually like each other. Well, every other married couple in the show, they never even talk to each other.
I think that's true though. They are probably the only couple that is actually happy, even if. Maybe they didn't marry out of love. They have definitely fallen in love.
Yeah, exactly.
Which could be the result of... Because Prince Jace...
Oh, Jace, yeah.
Jace. He's going to marry one of Daemon's daughters, right? Lady Bela, I think. I think they mentioned it in the last season. They're probably going to be that kind of couple as well. They're going to fall in love.
Oh, the ones who
amicable
were like,
enough.
She was like target practicing with her what's it called? Armbrust? Crossbow, yeah. And he like, hey, I thought that was Luke. Yeah. No, Luke was when he died. Sorry, yeah.
Luke is dead, yeah.
yeah, exactly. I think that's what's happening, yeah.
Unless she dies and he has to marry her sister instead.
Well, the
sister's the one who was sent away now with the younger kids and the dragon eggs.
Bela?
Rhaena is the younger one. Bela is the one who's sticking around.
Right.
Who discovered Sir Criston out on the field when she was patrolling with her dragon.
Yeah.
Cool scene.
That's a cool scene, yeah. And you were like, it's because, yeah, her job is to like patrol and scout.
Yeah.
But is she gonna like? Because if she would have killed them, that would have literally been an act of war. So it's like, is she gonna do it? It's like, oh no. She was smarter than that.
To scare him a little bit and get closer.
Yeah, which when she told that to Rhaenyra, I was just like, well, I got pretty close. She knew what she was doing. That was good. That's why I'm saying, like, all the cool characters are on Rhaenyra's side.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's no cool characters on Alicent's side.
No, they're all...
Maybe Aemon, but he seems kind of crazy.
Yeah. And he's only cool because he resembles Daemon so much.
I suppose. Well, I was always kind of, like, iffy on Daemon. And after what he pulled with the kid killing, it's like, yeah, I don't know if...
I've never liked Daemon.
Are we supposed to like him? I don't know. I don't.
No, I don't think so. He's the if this was a romance book, he would have been the bad guy that you fall in love with, and then in the end he might be changed by the love interest or the main girl.
Okay.
He's the morally grey love interest that everyone falls for because he's so dark and mysterious.
Yeah.
Actually, he's just a douchebag, and you don't want to see that because he's in a book, so it's fine. And if you're lucky, the author makes make sure that he's a good person by the end of it.
Yeah. But then he has his good moments, like in the last episode when he comforted Rhaenyra.
Sure.
Yeah, it's complex.
But I don't think small moments of good outweighs the rash decisions he makes.
No, definitely. I gotta say though, it's amazing how they managed to, without it feeling like forced, now having killed 2 children without it actually escalating into war. Even though the first child murder was like, this is it. It's war now. And you were like, bum, end of the season. And then it was like, well, maybe. And they're like, oh, we beheaded a 5-year-old. This is going to be war, right? And I'm like, well, it was like, really?
It has started slowly, but like...
Yeah.
They're still technically just rallying their forces.
Yeah, I know.
That one battle was...
That was not an official...
In a way... No, exactly. It wasn't official, but in a way they were fighting for Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
Rhaenyra and
Alicent.
King
Aegon. Aegon, yeah. I don't even count him. I keep saying Alicent because, like...
Yeah, she's still called Queen Dowager. Isn't that what you are before the new king is?
No, it's...
or is Dowager because she's the Queen Mother kind of thing?
That's because she is a Queen Widow.
Oh.
I know, I don't know exactly what Dowager is, but I know you get a dowry when your husband dies or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So I think this means something like that.
In Game of Thrones, they kept calling Cersei Queen Mother.
Yeah, because she wasn't queen. Well, no, she was. She was married to the king, but then...
When he died, her son took the throne, and she was still Queen Mother.
Yeah, because she's still the queen.
Yeah. Maybe it has to do if they're married or not, either?
I'm not sure. I'm actually going to look it up.
Whatever.
The dowry. What is dowry? Dowry. A dowry is a payment such as property or money paid by the bride's family to the groom or his family at the time of marriage. Okay, so that's to do with marriage. Sorry, I was wrong. Then what is dowager? Can I? No, not dowager's hump.
What if you search it in along with Queen Dowager or whatever the fuck I said?
Dowager. A widow who holds a title or property derived from her deceased husband.
Oh, okay, yeah. So she is
still the queen.
It's just that she has the title because she was married to the former king.
Or it could just be an elderly woman of high social station. That's a dowager.
Sure. But in this case, she's queen.
Yeah.
Still, even though Helena is also queen because she's married to King Aegon.
She's the queen, but Alicent is the queen dowager.
Yeah. Titles are complicated, and we in Europe at least have them.
Yeah, exactly. Queen Dowager is a thing. It's literally a queen is a queen. It's a title or status generally held by the widow of a king. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the case of the widow of an emperor, the title of Empress Dowager is used. Well, obviously, Jesus.
Obviously.
Anyway.
I don't know where we were going with that, really.
I don't remember. Queen Mother.
Well, yeah, they fought the battle. It wasn't for Queen Alicent. It was for King Aegon and Queen Rhaenyra, obviously.
But
it does kind of feel like Alicent is still somehow in charge, even though we did see at the meeting this time when everyone's bickering and King Aegon wanted to I'll go to war too. I'll ride on my dragon. Everyone's just talking over her. Sure, she made them shut up, but they're not going to take her advice.
No, yeah.
Really.
Yeah, she's obviously lost a lot of power when her dad was removed as hand.
Yeah. Because Sir Cole just talks over her completely, and they're all listening to him for some reason.
Yeah, that's an interesting power dynamic now. When he technically has more power than she has.
Well, they have sort of the same role. They're both advisors to the king. Question is, who will he listen to?
Yeah.
And based on actions, he's listening to Sir Cole more because he has more of the same viewpoint as the king.
Yeah. But we don't.
Did we see them do anything this episode? Alicent and Cole? I don't remember.
No, they were just talking, and then he asked for her blessing basically in the end.
Right.
And
as in with the tournament.
Yeah. And Sir Gawain was like, "No, he saw immediately something's going on here." However,
I wonder if that's why she called her brother in. Like, can you keep an eye on this dude?
Maybe. But then we had what is it? Laris Strong,
Clubfoot.
Whisper Clubfoot. Yeah, exactly. We don't see it, but I'm pretty sure.
Oh, he knows.
No, not. Oh, yeah. No, but when he talks the king out of joining Kristen and Gwaine on their little mission, I don't remember. Is Alicent on good terms with him?
Sort of.
Because I get the feeling like he didn't.
But he goes where the money is, so to speak. He goes where he can get whatever he wants.
Yeah.
And with her, it was feet pick without the pictures.
Oh yeah, right. I wonder because
is funny. I guess it has to do with him having a weird foot. That he's like, I want to look at normal feet.
Yeah. No, but when he made Aegon stay behind.
Yeah.
Do you think he did that on his own, or did Alicent
Nah, that was on his own, probably.
For what reason, though? Why would he want to keep the king around?
Because if he gets on good terms with this king, he can whisper in his ear and
sure.
make him do things he wants.
Obviously, because now he has the official tattletale for the king. Yeah, that's true.
That was the role he wanted. He wanted to become the House Whisperer or whatever.
Yeah. It's sort of like the hand. You have all the power, but not all of the responsibility.
Yeah. And you get to do shit in secret, so no one else has to know what you do. Funny though, both houses got their own little master of whispers in this episode.
Yeah, but one has wormed his way into the king's ear, while the other one has been asked to be in the queen's ear.
And is called the worm, but still.
Yeah, that's funny, yeah, and it was kind of about that scene. It was kind of like we talked about in the last episode. She goes where the money is, but now, obviously, she also want to do it for personal reasons because the Hightowers ruined her,
burned down everything she had.
Yeah, and out of the two sides, she's the only one who's actually shown mercy.
Yeah. Rhaenyra's the only one who showed that she's worthy of working with.
Yeah, so I think we both said in the last episode, she always works for money, but now I think her priorities are shifting, especially since war is coming. You want to be on the winning side, so to speak.
Yes. Even there, you have the misshapen, sneaky little creepy dude, and you have the cool, mysterious foreign lady.
Yeah.
Picking sides, being whisperers, and you get Rhaenyra get the cool people.
Yeah.
Because I don't want a Clubfoot. He's weird. He's creepy. He likes feet. Mysaria is cool and mysterious.
Yeah. No, so this was I did not.
This was a good episode.
This is a really good episode. I did not get the whole we gotta move on feeling because
it felt like they were actually moving somewhere.
Yeah. However,
I mean, I still want more.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And the fact that it ends, because it ends in the church, right? Yeah. When she says, "It's too late now," and walks away, and you see...
Yeah, Alicent walks away, and that's basically it.
She's almost like, well, fuck it then. It looks like she's thinking,
yeah,
let's go to war. But I'm just thinking, we know that there's a season 3 coming, and I thought of this, not because of what was happening in the episode, it was just, in general, I was thinking, how long can they drag this out? Not because they're dragging it out right now, a little bit.
No, but
and also how
hinting at season 3 is definitely may be too long.
Yeah, because I was asking myself, like, I'm enjoying the show, but how long will I like care? Like, how many hours can I spend on one like story? Because it's been now 11 hours.
Yeah.
And I know, like, oh, that's a point of a TV show. I know. But for me, a person who prefers movies.
Yeah, you need for a TV show that doesn't have that many side plots.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much longer they can continue.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how much longer I want them to continue, because this feels like more or less an isolated event.
Yes.
It doesn't feel like with Game of Thrones, for example, where you have there's the actual like who should be the king part. There's the White Walkers. There's the Daenerys and her crusade to get to the mainland again, or whatever.
And then
Westeros.
and then all the little stuff in between.
And then all the little stuff in between, and where they kind of cross as well. Here we have only this one big thing, even though we have a few characters and we have a little bit of a side plot with some of them. They're all very closely attached to the main plot.
Exactly. Which is why I'm enjoying it so much, but I'm also wondering how long can it actually stay interesting.
Yeah, because how long can this war go on? Like, are we gonna get 4 more episodes of this before we have another like proper battle at all? Will that be okay, or is that gonna be too boring?
Yeah.
And if then, what's the third? If war does break out eventually in this season, what's the third season gonna be about?
More war. Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be more war. And I mean,
then they're gonna start repeating themselves too much, probably.
Yeah.
Unless they're somehow rewriting history here a little bit, and they include the wall more, because they hinted at it in the second episode.
Yeah. I don't know.
Which might have just been a little bit of a...
I think that was fans.
Hey,
yeah.
We have the wall.
Yeah.
It's here. I hope they don't use that too much.
Yeah.
Because then they're off track, and that's not going to be good at all.
Yeah. Or since they are planning a bunch of other shows, maybe they'll just do like 3 seasons and then move on to the next one, which...
that would be perfect. But I'm not entirely sure what the third season is going to be about.
That's going to be the big war, and it ends with whoever wins,
Yeah, maybe.
Hopefully. I think that is a good thing. A show does not have to go on forever.
Oh God, no.
A lot of shows,
I love when they have like 3-4 seasons tops.
Yeah, because a lot of shows just goes bad.
I watch some K-dramas. They usually only have like 1 or 2 seasons. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and then you're done with that story.
Because then you finish that one and you can start a new one.
Yes, exactly. You don't have doesn't have.
That's what you want.
Yeah, and that's repeating stuff from the last episode, but that's what I want. I guess you want too. You want a good story, but then it should end before it gets bad, and then we do something else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think we might.
Speaking of, let's end this before we repeat ourselves too much.
Might cut this one a little short. Still half an hour. Once again, best episode so far.
Oh yes.
Of the season.
Yes.
I gotta say, even though, well, obviously this episode was good, and so I want to watch the next one. We're not doing that. That's supposed to be the end of each episode. Like, are we actually gonna watch next episode?
But
it's so obvious, I guess.
I'm obviously gonna finish this season, like no problem.
Yeah, but
I had a little bit of doubt in episode 2. It was like, shit. If episode 3 isn't better, then I'm not gonna. But episode 3 was better, so
yeah, and that's what
I'm good.
And that's also,
'cause I still haven't finished some of the other TV cast shows that we started.
That's like, this show is just mean in real life. Like, if we stop talking about it, that's because I don't want to watch it. Yeah, and then I don't watch it.
Yeah.
No, but I was gonna say, like, even the worse episodes, quote unquote, like the second one, it was still good, but it was worse. They all have very good cliffhangers, like really good cliffhangers.
Oh God, yes.
All shows have cliffhangers, but this is like exceptionally good. Like this one, holding on her face with the candlelight from underneath, and you can just see in her eyes like, it's war then, basically. It was just like, fuck yeah, I want to see the next one. So, yeah. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
We'll be back. I start working now, so we should actually be able to release the episodes around the time that the actual TV show releases.
The next one, yes, but the week after, no.
Oh, right.
Because that's when I'm in London.
Right.
That'll be a couple of days late.
Yeah.
But next week, we should be able to do it on the Tuesday, I think it is for us.
Something like that, yeah. And also, if you wanna check out, if you wanna support this show even more than just subscribing, because of course you're gonna subscribe, comment. What did you think about this episode? Was it your favorite? Was it the least favorite? You should check us out on patreon.com/don'tmakeascene, which is the Patreon for this entire network, so to speak. You can check out.
It is a network because you have 3 podcasts.
Exactly. You can check out exclusive episodes of the Spoiler Cast. We have the unaired infamous pilot of this show where we talk about She-Hulk. And you can also just support us in our podcasting endeavors. $3 a month, you get literally hundreds of hours of entertainment. So check that out. Other than that, we'll be back next week with another House of Dragon episode.
Yes.
This weekend, we're releasing the summer super special extravaganza. I don't know if we hinted about it. It's going to be about Star Wars.
No, we've said it in so many episodes.
Like a 2-hour show where we're just going to talk Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. But other than that, we'll see you next week.
Much.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening. And until the next one, have a good one. Bye.
Bye.